I've lost him, finally. It is 2:20 in the afternoon, and I think that they started chasing us at about 10. They gave us a good, solid chase for 4 hours. We did get grazed with a depth charge. We have a damaged snorkel. But they're returning to formation. The other ship has not sunk, as far as I know. They're probably going to go try to catch up with it. It was last seen in this area, and it's going to be heading something along this line. So, I don't know. I'm going to let these guys sail by, and then I'm going to try to find it and put another eel in it. But I'm going to come up a little bit in depth, just because being at this depth makes me a little bit nervous. Makes me a little bit of a nervous Nelly. So, they're not even on hydrophone anymore. I wouldn't really dare to go on the surface yet, particularly to use a snorkel that doesn't work. But let's head over here and maybe start reloading torpedoes. You get in there. Crumble. We made the enemy's desire to pursue us crumble. Tube 1 is already ready. Okay. So I've got 2 Type 3s, a fat, and I think one of these loots here. Yep, looks like it. Okay. So yeah, it's 4 o'clock. Our batteries are just not drained, but they're not in great shape. So they really were pretty persistent. Gotta hand it to them. They were not joking around. But I guess that they shouldn't, because it's serious business. This whole warfare thing. Yeah. All right. Well, let's see. Let's just go on this line for a little bit, because the merchant was creating sound, although not much of it. It's basically going to be heading along this line somewhere. So let's see if we can track it down. It's probably going 1 knot, if that. It's also dark out now. Let's go to periscope depth. My chief engineer just said, "Hey, our hull is buckling." Hehehe. So far, nothing. Let's see here. We can't probably fix our snorkel without going on the surface. I'm going to surface us. Oh, well, that's handy. That's our merchant. He's not making any sound anymore. How about we just go back under then? Get close. He's probably moving a single knot. But let's, because I would hate to miss a target that's basically sitting still. Would be slightly embarrassing. It looks like his warship buddies probably abandoned him. He should be over here. Where'd he go? There we go. I saw something there. Excellent. Okay. So he's at 350. Let's just keep going for a little while then. He's actually moving. And we're not really gaining on him. I don't want to pursue him on the surface though. Whoa there, Nelly. Let's see if we can actually hear him. That's his screw. You can barely hear it. I wonder if I can extend the snorkel. We'll find out, won't we? Snorkel. Is it coming up? I don't see it. It probably isn't coming up. Oh, no, there it is. It's up. Alright, well, we got to get a little bit closer to this guy, so I will do that and get into a position to fire here in a minute. Alright, I think it's time to strike. Steer this way. I'm gonna... Well, our snorkel's still up. That's probably not a good idea. Just in case he tries to pop a few shots off at us. Okay. Not looking good, sir. We lost our ID on him, but that's okay. Should be pretty easy to figure out what he is through deductive reasoning. We did manage to do some recharging, though, thanks to the snorkel. Very helpful. I don't think he's quite even that far away. I think that we're having a screwy reading because he's listing. Well, it could be. We'll go with that. We're turning, so I'm going to wait until we... Oh yeah, that's definitely wrong. No, it's not. This is a 1.5 kilometer circle, so... Just have to wait for a little bit while we complete our turn. And I think he's going about 2 knots based on my pursuit of him. Nothing really more scientific than that gonna happen here as far as determining the speed. He is just basically crawling. Okay. That's fine. His AOB. Something like that. We'll tone that down. And we'll have this just go on the surface here. And I have to adjust speed. It's still locked in. You know what I could do is clear that, but it's okay. And we'll just wait for his cabin to come into view. Speed things up maybe. There we go. There we are. That should be a hit. If it's not, I'm gonna feel real bad. There we go. We got the camera, and then we've got action. And he got broken in half. Ooh. Well, there goes that. Just needed to get the points, that's all that was for. And the gratuitous violence helps too. Really, I mean, if it was an abandoned... the crew would probably abandon the ship based on the condition of it as we saw it, so... It would eventually get sunk by the waves, maybe. I don't know. I guess the Mediterranean isn't super stormy, but... We should have gotten points for it anyways without having to do that, but I digress. I don't know. That's probably not accurate, but that is sinking for another 5,000 tons or so. Let's take a look. 4,000. I stand corrected. We're over 10,000 tons for our patrol so far, which is very, very nice. We're gonna continue on this way and just hope that we don't run into his escorts, because they're still prowling around. I think they're probably ahead of him at this point, though. So we'll just kind of be watchful of that. But for now, I'm pretty happy. I'm happy to be alive more than anything, but to have some tonnage under our belts in the Mediterranean in 1945 is pretty neat. So let's continue on. So, 4 knots for this convoy, apparently, that we've just detected. That makes it pretty easy to get, but I guess I should say I do not believe that they're going that slow. Let's see. 6 hours at 4 knots, that's 45, that's a little bit, 44 and a half, I guess, technically, kilometers in 6 hours. That's fine. We'll put that in. And bring the line back, and we will get there easily in time. Although we should maybe think about leveling off our approach a little bit, just so that we don't run into them. Whoa, yeah, speaking of running into them, accelerating time compression a lot is a great way to do that. So I'm going to get us a little bit more horizontal here, and try to make my approach momentarily. Let's see, we had they're probably right around here-ish. The game did chug just for a moment there. So that's probably good that we're turning now, I think. I will go ahead and go under. And go deep, because the Mediterranean, we haven't run into very many planes, actually, since our last incident. Actually, I don't know if we have run into any at all, come to think of it. We haven't. Merchant! Oh, no. They are considerably further north than I thought they were. That's not good. Have we gotten any... Yeah, we have gotten a warship. Too bad. Well, okay, so we got to put some distance between them and us in order to really prosecute this pursuit. I'm going to rig us for silent running, too, because I don't want to get detected. The guy was poking around over by us. I didn't care for that. No poking, please. And, what are you doing? Okay. Radar signals? None. Okay. So tell you what, let's increase this line here. Something like that. And we'll try to just catch up with them later on down the line. How about that? Okay, here we go. I like this a little bit better. In brighter news, it's actually, well, brighter news. It's not really brighter news because it's darker out. Oh, God. Oh, my heart. Okay, let's see here. Let's see if we can get close. And, well, that's weird. They're not going quite as steeply north as I thought they were. It's more like that. Doesn't matter. Does not matter. I'm just at plain old periscope depth, and they don't seem to be too concerned about me. Oh my, yeah, we're gonna get really close to these guys. One thing I will do is, since I don't trust that speed reading because that is quite slow. I know that the ships in the Mediterranean do tend to go a little bit slower for some reason. I think it's just because they're feeling casual. Just that, you know, Mediterranean vacation feeling, I guess. But it seems to me like you wouldn't do that for any reason, even if it was the Mediterranean, but whatever. Looks like there's a row of coastal freighters here. There's another little coastal freighter there. But then off in the distance, there is possibly... It says tanker. That's probably an intermediate tanker in the foreground, and behind it is a... not a... I just sank one, a Granville. There's a large cargo, there's a troop transport, and then another large cargo. So I think that that kind of seals the deal as far as how we should be approaching this. There is one destroyer there. And do they have a stern? They do. Good to do this stuff while you're just kind of puttering around here. I'm not seeing anything else. There's just that guy who's sailing away from us. Okay, let's start this up. The troop transport, obviously a pretty significant target. I think that's just the generic troop ship. Large passenger cargo, maybe. Let's just make sure, though. I think there might be a slight difference between them. Mass structure is the same. The funnels are the same. I feel pretty good about that. That's a large cargo. That's a large cargo. And actually, that Granville is in the foreground here. But I think I'm going to take a shot at this large cargo. If I can get to it ever. Sometime this episode would be very nice. Now, hold on a second. I thought I just saw sparkly things. Maybe I'm on drugs. That's a star. That's not a... Scared me, though. Thought that was a tracer round. Okay, let's have a look-see here. Seems reasonable. I'm gonna say like that. I will try to speed him out. I'm inclined to believe that. Just 4 knots is incredibly slow. But I'm having a hard time figuring out which one is in the foreground here. They're kind of staggered. Let's actually wait for these two to cross a little bit. Okay, so yeah, that one's behind. I just wanted to make sure. So we want to take a shot at this one first. And that doesn't make sense, though. Because that one, to me, looks like it's further away. Okay, well, I'm going to shoot at it because it's a really good target. It's also not even like that. Oh, shit. That was a boo-boo. It was a major boo-boo. I feel incredibly foolish, but we should be able to reload pretty quickly. So, balls. Okay! It's going to be a little bit interesting. Wait, hold on. What am I thinking here? We gotta up that. And since I think it's entirely likely that we're dealing with maybe an overestimate on our speed, because it's, you know, 4 knots is extremely slow, like I say, but maybe it's 4.5 or something. The game's rounding wrong. I don't know. The accuracy of those reports, basically, I'm saying, is not ironclad. Now, here's the problem, though. I didn't tell anybody to load anything. That's a problem. Well, okay then. Let's change plans a little. Or have a premature detonation. That's fine, too. Hey, let's hurry up. It's the wrong way. Jesus Christ. Books. I think, you know, if they're cruising at this slow rate of speed, it might be in some disbelief about that being a torpedo explosion, right? So, right? Right? That's a good excuse. You got 2 minutes on that one. Let's check out the escorts. That fella heading our way. Not directly, but I think that's about it for us. Shit. Well, this is going just swimmingly. Well, hey now. We only have 2... Oh yeah, we should only have 2 outstanding because I did an outstanding job of loading our torpedoes. Alright, so I was wrong. This is actually in the foreground here. We have a steam-powered torpedo heading towards that Granville, which I'm trying to spot. Come on. Maybe, is that a steam-powered? Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. It's hard to tell. That's gonna hit something right in the stern. I think that's our troop ship. Yeah. Now we'll see what happens with the other one. Because it's supposed to hit this guy here. If I'm not mistaken. Come on. Let's take a look at the map. There's a ship there and a torpedo there. There's pinging. There you go. And that did hit the Granville. And it did a number on it. Okay, well, we landed 2 hits. We had 1 premature detonation and 1 detonation that didn't happen at all because I'm an idiot. We've got warships inbound. I'm doing it. It'll start acquiring probably after it passes it though, unfortunately. Uh-oh, no, it acquired. It has acquired a taste for destroyer. You could see the wake of the destroyer there. That's incredible. It just barely missed it. It's gonna sweep around though. Sweep around, not sleep around. It's not that kind of torpedo. You can hear it in the murky darkness, hunting its prey. There it is. There it is. It's still afloat. Amazingly, they usually can only take 1 shot of that, and that's and they're done like almost immediately. But I don't know. That's impressive that he's still going. He's about to sink, I think. It looks like his engine has died. He would be pursuing us a little bit more aggressively. I think I just saw an explosion on the Granville. Lots of smoke billowing out, lots of fire. I don't think that one's got much longer to stay afloat. Meanwhile, the destroyer, I just want to take another quick look at it. It appears to be dead in the water. It's probably a little gratuitous doing that, but I think that one way of just saving yourself a lot of headaches is, you know, if you can destroy the destroyer that's chasing you right off the bat, you'll get that much more of a lead. Because what I've noticed will happen is the AI will send a destroyer your way immediately, and then there's another one. Oh. Well, maybe I shouldn't talk so big, because there's something really close to us. They'll send one destroyer your way, and it's usually the most aggressive one. Meanwhile, we're getting a sinking notification. We're getting pinged like absolutely crazy. So I think I'm going to go ahead and move, because I think that's a genuine signal. We do still have a spare. I think we just sunk the Granville at this point. I don't really care about sinking the destroyer necessarily. Neutralizing it is all I need to do. I wonder if the lame destroyer is the one that's pinging us. It'd be an interesting development. But in any case, the Granville probably is going down. Yes, it is. Fantastic. So really what was a pretty botched attack on my part is going okay. That must be the Granville, yep. Oh my. Oh, it had tanks on it. Tanks for playing! Oh, oh. That's just nice. That's a nice Granville. I really shouldn't be peeking, but it's fun. We like those explosions. Alright, well, like I was thinking, we did notice that there is a destroyer that's dead in the water, but now that we have something behind us, so I think that is not the same destroyers I was talking about. We're definitely detecting two distinct pinging signals, so we are being aggressively hunted. There is one moving in towards us. I'm going to turn us to the east. I'm talking really, really briskly. Oh, hey. Yep. Still lots of explosions going off. Those are definitely from the ship that we sank. And we've got an action window. Come on. Ooh, close one. I'm only able to tell if it's a close one based on what I see in here. The noise is just loud regardless of where they explode. Sometimes they'll be considerably more faint if they're a good ways off, but if they're anywhere in between 300 meters of you, they're going to just sound crazy loud. So it looks like we return to our typical game of dodging the destroyers. I'll do my very best and keep you guys updated with the results.